Hello, Wend. Hello, Andrew. Hey, guys. Thank you, Wend. How's everybody doing? Hello, Jessica. What's up, Jeremy? Lori, what's up? Gigi, hello. Long day. We all get that share. A long day. Nice, Deanna. Nice to see you. Hello, Rhonda. I'm okay. Just got back from the gym a little while ago, and I was trying to work, do some messing around with equipment because going on this investigation, this haunted location in Virginia this Saturday, and going to be hitting up a bunch of haunted locations in the coming weeks. So getting geared up for that and get my ducks in a row with everything. I want to try to bang out a video premiere for the weekend too before I head out if I can. How's everybody doing? Share Bear, how are we doing? Daniel, what's up? Savage, hello. Shauna, hello. Not bad. How about yourself? Yeah. All right. So I wanted to do another Q&A. Some people wanted me to do another one. I am going to leave an overnight stream on again tonight, only on YouTube. So if you want to watch that tonight after this, chat for a little bit. I will hang out and discuss the evidence coming through for a little bit, and then we'll see what happens late night. If you want to watch that stream, go to my YouTube after this and hit the sub button, and we'll see what happens. We can have an activity go on, weird stuff in that room while I'm sleeping. Hello, Sky. Nice, Jessica. Not bad. Just, working on stuff and gearing up for a haunted road trip. Got some new locations going to be hitting up I've never been to. And going to be traveling around for a little bit. So, hello, Tina. Oh, very cool, Rhonda. Do I always dream? I definitely remember a lot of my dreams. I do. Hello, everybody coming in. Hello, Darlene. I would love to go to the Bell Witch. The one time I tried to go up there, it was in that year of 2020, or that bad year, and it was closed. I went right up to it, but I couldn't get in. So, guys, if you're just coming in, this is an open channel to ask me questions about the paranormal or to share a story. Hello, Whiters. Hello, Reese. No, I've never used tarot cards. No. Welcome, guys. Appreciate you guys. If you're just coming in, hello from San Diego. Yeah, sounds good, Pam. You got any new locations lined up? Let me know. What's your favorite type of location to investigate? Mine is abandoned houses, funeral homes, hospitals, nursing. People ask me that all the time, so I do love going to new places that I've never been to before. It's exciting to not know what's going to happen rather than kind of have an idea when you go to a place, even though it kind of can be different every time. I love going to a new place, not knowing if something's going to come to me before I go, and all the stuff that can happen. That unknown is exciting to be able to go. So those are my favorite types of places. I was coerced to play with the Ouija board years ago, and um, I was oppressed by an evil spirit from it. I will never mess around with the Ouija board again. Sarah, what's up? Yes, I've been to Buckout Road. Yes, I have a few times. I used to live not far from there in New York. Do I feel tarot cards are bad? I mean, there can be energy that's attached to cards that can get you in trouble. I mean, I know plenty of people that do tarot card readings. I think any involvement in the paranormal is some sort of risk. Even everything I do. I mean, there's a risk at every level. Just doing a little chat, and then I was going to leave an overnight stream in the haunted room on YouTube on the YT. Hello, Jamie. Um, yeah, guys, if you guys want to ask me any questions about the paranormal, share a story. This is what this little chat is for a little bit, for about like an hour or so. Can I communicate with animal spirits? I have felt the presence of animals. My dogs that have passed away have come to me. My old dog licked me in the face in my bed. I have seen dogs that have passed away with loved ones. Um, I've heard my dog that has passed away. Yeah, I've had a bunch of experiences with my dog that passed away, but I wouldn't say like communicate with them. It's like you feel their presence. I would get an image of a dog and maybe see the dog with like another loved one. Um, that would be connected to them. Yeah. Asher Walton House. I've heard of it. Where is that? Is that Indiana too, Pam? What do you do before beginning an investigation to better protect yourself? Obviously, I wear a St. Michael medal. It's around my neck. It's been blessed. This usually stays in my neck at all times. Um, it depends on the case if it's something going to be dark. But for me, probably for me personally, and everyone's different. I mean, you can say a protection prayer before you go to a haunted location. But if I'm going for research purposes to an investigation, me personally, I wouldn't want to like sit in an investigation and get to the location and just start praying, because the praying could actually affect the activity and the environment, and I don't want to disrupt that if I'm there for research purposes until I kind of know what's going on while I'm there for the rest of the night, because you don't want to take that away from what you might get from the activity. Oh, cool, Pam. So that would be my interpretation of that. I wouldn't want to mess the activity up until I know, unless something's dangerous is going on. Then I would say a prayer for. What's up, Marissa? Were you always spiritual, or did you become more spiritual once you realized you had medium abilities? I always believed in ghosts. There was stuff that happened to me as a child that I looked back at when I first was writing my first book. Things like when I was 3 years old, my mom would tell her, I would tell her in the bathtub that I remember being in her womb and being in space and have these weird conversations with her. I kind of vaguely remember it. There were little signs along the way. Um, I would watch these shows. I was a big horror movie buff. I was reading Stephen King novels in grammar school, but I would watch all these documentaries. I really believed in people's stories, and not until, I mean, I was brought up Catholic. I went to church and all that stuff, but when you're a child, you're kind of just rolling into that. You're kind of just going along with what you're taught. But not until you actually have the firsthand experiences of the paranormal and the spiritual side of things, it kind of changes everything, so to speak, because then you're actually witnessing. It's not just a belief. It's not just something you read in a book or something you are told that is real. It's real because you're actually experiencing it. And that really was an eye opener for me immediately as I started to investigate the paranormal. Brandy, thank you. Hello, Missy. Have you ever investigated haunted dolls or cursed objects? Yes, I have. Definitely. I don't know if you know the story, but the evil spirit with Annabelle followed me home one night. I have video evidence of that. Happened a while years back. Um, yeah, lucky me. I have some of the most famous evil, nasty stuff and actually have encountered them firsthand. Lucky me. There's definitely been dolls with some of the cases. There was a doll in the case of the possession girl that I helped that was dealing with, uh, black magic, and she was possessed while she was pregnant. Hello from Daytona Beach. Um, what you gonna call it? Life in USA and good, yeah, best it can be. Have I ever played any paranormal ritual games? I will not do any sort of ritualistic methods. I consider that to be dangerous. I wouldn't be doing that. Obviously, I use your typical things of communication. Um, I have my own abilities, so I don't need to kind of like push the envelope and take risks like that because I believe my gift was from God, and whatever comes to me naturally, then it'll come to me, and I'll be able to use it accordingly. That's how I perceive that. It's very dangerous, this stuff. It's not a joke. I have made a choice and I was drawn into this stuff, and it's something I have to live with every day. I have to deal with spirits around me talking every day, including nasty ones that try to bully me, and try to, you know, take you down, and make you fear the worst case scenarios of things that'll happen, or to try to get you upset. So it's not a joke. It's really it's reality. it's not a it's not a game. I mean, it is a thrill. I get it. It's endlessly fascinating. It definitely is a thrill, but there are real stakes, that are associated with getting involved with this stuff. I was course to play with the Ouija board. I was in a barn in Ohio where, bounty hunters were actually, HUNG. And as we were playing, I could hear the noose, the sound of a rope, like someone was, and no one else heard it. It was kind of leading up to that too. So we went to this place, Prospect Place, and before I went to this place, it was the first one of the first premonitions I had too. I had a very vivid dream of the Pope at the time, who actually resigned mysteriously. But at the Pope at the time, there was the Pope coming down on a float, and he was waving like he was in a parade, and he was coming down the street, and there was nobody, on the streets. It was an empty parade, and then all of a sudden there was this priest in regular priest clothing standing next to me, and he goes, puts his hand on my shoulder, and he's like, "Sean, that's not the real the Pope." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "No." And then all of a sudden I look to the right, he points, and then there was like a stone statue of Satan, and then it turns into this huge evil like black horse with like, red eyes, and it got on its hind legs. Smoke came out of its nostrils and made a horse type noise. And then I woke up and I had told everybody about it. And the first weird thing that happened was when we pulled up to Prospect Place. There was like a black horse on like a pole in front of the house, and I'm like, that's a little weird. But while we were investigating there throughout the day and the night, um, there was a demon name coming through all the time. Brandy, thank you so much, for continuously subbing. Um, there was a demon name coming through all the time, and it was, this name Orbis, and someone looked up online, this demon, and typically this demon comes in the form of a black horse if you look it up on Google. I'm like, well, there you go. That's why I had that dream. Now after that, we went to Bobby Mackey's, my first time ever. This is my first time out of state doing investigation, and we were down in the basement. And I started to go into a trance, and something wasn't right. I don't know. Um, when I got home, something was off, and the first weird thing that happened was I woke up and got dressed and went down to my car. It was raining outside, and no one else had been in my car. But I went in my car, and like when I got in the front seat, the letters JS were written from inside my windshield. And there's no way. No one else was in my car and like right in front of me. And I didn't know what that meant. Now looking back at it, it would make me wonder, maybe it could be Johanna, if you know the story of Bobby Mackey's, where she was pregnant and her father had unalived her love of her life, and she unalived herself. But no one knows her last name, so I don't know. It could have been JS, and it was like her last name S. That picture of that is in my first book, Shadow Chaser. But anyways, that was the first thing that happened, and then I was at my computer, and just like sitting like this, and then like I felt burning on the top of my feet, and then I looked down on my feet, and I'm bleeding on the top of both of my feet, and I'm just like, what the heck? And one of my feet, I think, had three scratch marks. I don't know if it was my left or right foot, but one of my feet had three bleeding scratch marks on the top of my foot, and then the other one was just a bloody like mark, and it was bleeding. And I walk out to the kitchen, and my sister sees me, and she's like, what the F is that? The stigmata? Like, that was just such a weird thing, but I was bleeding on the top of my feet. And from there, I started to be oppressed, which is the psychological attack of the evil spirits. They amplify negative emotions, and it was horrific. It is no walk in the park what these things could do if they have permission to do so. I felt I would wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and feel like I was getting hit with a sharp object all over my body. Just the spiritual pain that I was going through. I was walking up and down the stairs and walking in circles. The pain that I was going through. I felt like I was watching my family be unalived by fire and watching them. That's literally what it felt like. And then it was drawing. I would drive in the car, and I have to put my head out the window. I couldn't breathe. I was working in an office at the time. I'd have to go to the bathroom, put cold water on my face. Like, it was just so intense and so bad. It was trying to put unaliving type thoughts into my head. It was drawing me to the cemetery. It would draw me to go to the cemetery at night, and I'd sit in the cemetery by myself. And I'd start smelling like sulfur and rotting flesh, and then record EVPs, and there were voices saying, hail to this demon and hail to that demon. It was really, really bad. It went on for like 2 weeks. I'd have to have a couple of drinks just to try to subside the physical, emotional, spiritual pain that I was going through. I really didn't know what to do, and I started to look up about psychic protection. And I looked up about this exercise, about grounding, which I actually do every day while I'm in the shower, which is a time of cleansing. I do a visualization, and what I did this one night when I was being oppressed, I did a thing where you imagine your feet as roots going deep in the ground, and I imagine all this white light around me, and I inhale through my nose, imagine it as white light and positivity, and I exhale all the negativity, imagine it as black smoke, and I announced out loud. I do that 3 times, and then I say out loud, I'm grounded, I'm of this earth, and I'm surrounded by the white light of Jesus Christ. I did this, and immediately afterwards, I saw a red glowing ball come off my body and go right out the window of my apartment. And immediately, I felt back to normal. That is when I knew that I had been oppressed by something truly evil. And looking back at that, I truly believe that God let me go through that to have a deeper understanding how oppression works, how evil spirits attack, and how I can be, relatable to people that actually go through that sort of thing, and tell them that I've been in a dark place as well. I understand what they do from the shadows psychologically, what they can do, the amplification of any negative emotion that a human being can have. So, yeah, that's basically kind of a small gist of the first time that I was end up playing with the Ouija board, and the last time that I will, and what I had to go through from the aftermath of that. So sorry if I missed some of your questions here. No, no problem. My oldest memory of me being in a baby bed is my parents' room next to their dresser. My mom was changing my. How do you feel? How do you feel around spirits and experiencing paranormal every day? I mean, it's over. The first time it started to happen to me, and the doors open, I started hearing spirits. It's pretty overwhelming. I was like, oh no, I'm like, am I gonna go crazy? It was just like the door was open, and just the floodgate of words come through, that I just start hearing words in my head, that it's, well, they're thoughts of words, constantly. Again, guys, thank you. If for any reason that you're new, make sure to give me a sub or a follow. Glad to have you. Appreciate you. I am live every week. I'm going to be going on some haunted paranormal investigations in different states. So I hope that you will join the channel. Now, appreciate giving this video a thumbs up. Katie, thanks for the follow. I ran to my car. Which night is that? When he was possessed, was someone tried doing it? I wasn't possessed. I was oppressed. It's a different. An evil spirit did not take me over. In most cases, when a negative attachment is actually going on, is when they have permission to latch onto you and amplify your negative emotions. So that's not possession. In most cases, it's oppressive. That's the second stage of an evil spirit. And there's three stages: the infestation, where they have the permission to infest, and haunt the environment they were invited into. The oppression onto the individual, where they psychologically try to break down their individual, and in rare cases, where they subconsciously, the individual, like, lets go and lets that evil spirit in to be possessed, would be possession. Yes, B3, I would not do that ever. Again, guys, welcome. If you're into the paranormal, give me a sub or a follow. Appreciate giving this video a thumbs up. Make sure to hit that bell icon so you know when I'm posting content. Go check out the haunted prison that I just posted if you haven't seen it. It's right on my channel. Just posted on Sunday. After this, I'll also be doing an overnight stream of the activity in the room. Nice, Vicky. Glad to have you. Appreciate you. If you're into the paranormal. Sean, you run to your car from somewhere you used Holy War as soon as you got in your car, and it was your roof Periscope days. It was on your roof. I am not remembering that. I'm like brain dead. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate you. Glad to have you here. Well, that's why I think it's good to occasionally jump on here and speak about stuff and give some of my knowledge and answers to some of your questions, because it's not, I don't want to make it just about the thrills and stuff. I think it's the investigation stuff is good for you to see in the moment and live. But just to give a little bit more in depth, if you have questions, to kind of learn about it, if you're not aware of some of the stuff that goes on regarding the paranormal, rather than just being scared and frightened. Remember a few weeks ago, I was getting this tarot message for someone else. Oh, it's for you, Pam? Oh, geez. Thank you, Gabby. Appreciate it. Well, typically, I believe in possession, but not like in horror movies. Movies typically exaggerate. Oh, Letchworth? Well, yes, we were in the dorm room. I think Greg and I, or maybe Phil. I think it was Phil. And furniture was being thrown around in the dorm room at night. It was pitch dark. And when we left the dorm room, we could hear furniture being thrown around continuously. We started running, and then a rock was thrown at us. We got to the car and then closed the door, and then something banged on top of the car. It was ridiculous. No problem, Vicky. Good. Well, you know, you're in the right place. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate giving this video a thumbs up. Tracy, how you doing? Oh wow, Pam. Again, guys, if you're just coming in, hello, Janice. Welcome. Glad to have you here. If you're into the paranormal, definitely give me a sub. Hit that bell icon so you know when I'm going live, posting paranormal content every week. And hit that tap on screen sharing, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem, Pam. Glad you are. Are ghosts usually residual energy or intelligent? I know poltergeist is rare. There's a lot of intelligent. It just depends where you go. I mean, there's going to be residual in many places there where emotional events have taken place, which you would just hear remnants of that. I hear things like an old radio show and hear only two words ever clear can explain an empath. Well, you're not just an empath, Jane, if you're hearing actually like words. That would be clairaudience, which is actually hearing words of spirit. Empathic or clairsentient is tapping into the emotions of spirits or emotions of energy in general, even people. Oh, nice, Joseph. Well, you got to be patient sometimes. Baby powder, yeah. Yeah, guys, obviously from a concept that I came up with, we created this app called SPI, Spirit Phone Innovations. It's on iOS right now. Look it up. And the SAM mode is where it at. You just press the star button, let it listen. It can say full sentences and it picks up different languages. It can literally say anything, not just your typical word bank. Check it out. Link is in the chat or just look up Spirit Phone Innovations. Is there a location that scared you so bad that you wouldn't? No. There's no place I wouldn't go back to. Gabby asked, what's the scariest thing you've seen doing paranormal things? So I try to turn this around on people. So what's the scariest thing you could imagine experiencing, investigating the paranormal or being a part of it? So I'll tell you if I've experienced it. Hello, how can you tell if it's really spirits? Well, it just depends, Billy, on what experience you're talking about. I mean, there's also, you really just got to look into like validation, really. I mean, even my abilities in being sensitive to spirits, I want to have some sort of piece of equipment that validates what I'm picking up. So it doesn't seem like or appear like I'm just saying it out loud. I would love to do Appalachian Mountains. Nice, Pam. Very cool. Glad you like it. I love the SAM mode. I mean, the SAM mode was literally engineered to do something that's never been done before in software before. This method of trying to communicate with spirits outside of human speech frequencies using, open source AI technology has never been done before. Amy, thank you so much. Pam, thank you. Hello, Karina from Indonesia. Yes, I got some Indonesian friends. The Diary of Sarah from Indonesia. They're really popular over there. Yeah, definitely. I want to go check out those mushroom mines. I might have to do that in this upcoming trip. Waiters, thank you so much. Hello, Penny. Hello, Lori. How we doing, guys? Appreciate you. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty creepy. Hello, Pork Shop. Heading to Texas. Nice. I thought communication with spirits was forbidden. Well, it's kind of like the Old Testament. I mean, obviously there is a danger to communicating with spirits. You got to be super careful. I do have an SLS. I'm gonna bring it on this trip too, and I have to delete all the videos on it because I haven't been able to record video on it. But I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna use it for some of these videos because I haven't used it in a while. It'll be something good to add to some of these investigations that I'm editing, putting together. Found a super older cemetery in the woods behind my house. That was in 1836. Nice. Rhonda. Where's the best place to find spirits? Easiest? Cemetery. That's what I started out going to. Thank you, Emmy. I have done investigations in Texas. I've been to the Goatman Bridge. I've been to Yorktown Memorial Hospital. Another two really creepy, weird places. Jessica said of an old man, a top hat from the 1900s that got hit by a train. Always hear the train at the. Very trippy. Tammy, thank you. I have been up north to the Buffalo area. I've been to the Hinsdale house many times. I'm friendly with Dan Klaus. I am doing an overnight stream investigation to Haunted Room. It's going to be in my YouTube tonight. So if you want to check that out, you'll be on the link on my TikTok profile. Yeah. Now, mind you guys, I did get I got like a Galaxy S23 off Amazon, and I did this for this purpose. I hate to do this to the people on Tickety Talk, but I'm going to attempt, sorry for playing musical chairs, I'm going to attempt to go back to my old main account and see if the views get better, because, this new account, it's just, I want to go back to my account. I have like 300,000 followers on there, and hopefully the views are better, because it's just, I don't know. It's just, let's see if it'll do better. So I'm going to be probably going to jump live on that tomorrow to see how it goes. What about the abandoned prison in NOLA? I have not been there, Amanda. Nice, Jessica. Hello, Faye. How are you? Not bad. How about yourself? Thank you, Marlene. Becca, thank you for the follow. That's understandable, Penny. Have I investigated the Sally house? Yes, the Sally house I've been to. Velisca, I have not. I can tell you a creepy story about the Sally house. I think I told that last time, but I'm sure some of you didn't hear it. Yes, I will definitely let you know, Portia. It's going to be starting tomorrow. I missed your question, Jessica. I apologize. So I always wanted to go to Sally house, and a few months before I even knew I was going, I had this very vivid vision of this girl, brunette, really pale, and she whispers in my ear and goes, "Did you play with the Ouija board?" And I'm like, "No." And then all of a sudden she has like a long sleeve, like thin sweater on, like a white sweater, and just starts doing this with her right arm. And then all of a sudden, like a green snake slithers out of her sleeve. And then she comes back and whispers in my ear her phone number. And when I woke up, I remembered the area code, and the area code was in Atchison, Kansas, where the Sally house resides. And I ended up going to the Sally house about a couple months later. I knew it was from that house. Oh, hey, how you doing, Owen? No problem. Good to see you. What vision do you always see, Jessica? Oh, you're talking about what you actually said before? An old man, two half of the 19th that got behavior train. Well, if you keep seeing it, he might be trying to come get a message across to you for whatever the reason he's trying to get that message across. Yes, there are good and evil spirits. How can you tell the difference? You'll know. If you're in the presence of evil, the air changes. It's very thick. You feel pressure on your chest. You feel like someone's watching you. You'll get the chills. You will feel like you're going down in a dark alley and someone's about to jump out and come after you. If they have permission to be in your home, fights will start to break out over nothing with family members, friends. Nightmares, you can get physically, marked by unseen forces, like all sorts of negative connotation type stuff would be going on um, if you're around an evil spirit or if you're on investigation. Do spirits exist on different planes? Yes, I believe that. I mean, I think scientists even agree there's at least, 12 dimensions around us. Energy never dies. Scientists know that. So where does the energy within us go? What are your thoughts about Waverly? Something it's most. I have a video I just captured last year. I was in Waverly Hill with a shadow figure. He walks out, peeks at me, walks back, and then he disappears. I think there's a lot of intelligent stuff there. There's creepy stuff going on there. That's creepy. Beat 3. If you keep seeing that, I mean, it could be the spirit trying to connect with you. It could be connected, Jessica. Yeah. He's trying to get a message across to you. It seems pretty specific. I mean, recurring dreams, very good chance it could be spiritually related and a message that's trying to be conveyed. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, that was pretty well. How do you get rid of bad spirits if they're lingering in your home? What's your advice? Well, it depends what's going on in your home. Obviously, I do things from a Catholic standpoint. I mean, if it's just a human spirit, now I do things a little differently than what your typical investigation would do. Typically, people might just do, investigation and kind of just, try to push all the spirits out. I try to get down to an individual level with the spirits to give an incentive to go. Maybe they're just trapped. Maybe they're angry. Maybe they're scared of judgment. And now, if there's something that's a little bit more negative and stuff, they'll be a little bit more feisty. They will need to be forced out. But in a lot of these cases, they're spirits that are human spirits that are misunderstood and scared and just trying to get your attention. So I would try to encourage them to go into the light and then bless the home. Videos are on my channel right here on YouTube, Billy, or on my TikTok. I'm going to be going back to my old account. I'm trying to try it. Sean D. Austin. I've been putting full episode investigations pretty much every week for the last 2 months on my YouTube channel right here. My favorite places, I mean, I love haunted asylums and old graveyards that are out in the middle of nowhere away from everything. Old farmhouses. I mean, I've been to a bunch of different places. That's wild, Jessica. Yes, I did meet Bishop James Long. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to reach out to him about. Oh, I didn't hear a call. It's weird because SPI just said call my name. Weird. I have to message him about the app. Do you believe sleep paralysis are caused by ghosts? In some cases, they are. I do believe your soul is shaking within your physical body. And that's why you go into sleep paralysis. Now, sometimes the spirit will actually induce that for that to happen. That's why I always ask somebody to tell me what are they seeing vision wise. If they see something on top of them, or if there's something in their room or a vision of something, I'd say that a spirit's actually inducing sleep paralysis, but it could just happen randomly as well. And it's very easy to assume something is on top of you and you can't move, but that is what sleep paralysis, feels like. If you leave your body while you're sleeping, your body will paralyze. Miranda, thank you. Great gift, Andrew. Yes, I've gone to confession. Yes, I just moved here to North Carolina, so I don't know any priest around here, um, specifically. Do you believe that spirits make you feel it like a temporary wave of nausea or sudden headache? Absolutely, Amanda. That does happen. Yes. Hello, Miranda. Yeah, absolutely. Likewise. Well, gonna try to jump back in my old account tomorrow. See how that goes. When I sleep on my back, I usually get sleep paralysis, and I haven't slept on my back ever since because it is a very terrifying, creepy feeling. 100%. I also kind of think since the one or two spirits in my house aren't super active, I thought they were residual till they light up my cat ball. Yeah, that's right, Andrew. Amy, thank you so much. Hi, my name is Tina. I've always had a lot of paranormal things go on with me ever since I was little and still do. I have a natural gift, and spirits will gravitate towards you if you have, I believe, because of your aura color. The colorization of your aura will give off specific light to spirits to show them that you're more open and have an opportunity to be felt or heard or seen by them. How do you suggest I get the spirits to move on from my house? Are there just random spirits there? Are you trying to cross them over? Like, what's the deal? Obviously, if you see what I do, that's what I would be doing. I would try to help them into the light, encourage them, incentivize them, tell them that whatever happened in their life, there's no need to hold on to it anymore. That peace awaits you in the light to have the courage to go. How do you find out the color? Well, they say that you can actually practice with your hand, and you're supposed to sit there without blinking and see if you can see the first layer of your aura. If you can get past the little gray line that is around your hand, if you get past that, then you might see like an actual color, and then different colors represent different personalities and an exuding of a certain type of energy and the type of person you are and what you give off. They can physically harm you too, yes, in some ways, and definitely mentally, yes. Have a good night, Gabby. That's definitely interesting, Rhonda. Jeez. Marlene, have a good one. Wend, thank you so much for the super chat. My ex unalive myself before last. That's crazy, Tina. That's sad. Sorry to hear that happened. Third wheel. I have a yellow aura. Great. Whatever that means. Yeah, thanks guys for asking great questions and sharing your stories. That's good, Whiters. Yeah, if you guys want to share a story or ask me a question about an experience that you've had, go shoot for it. Go right ahead. Yeah, it's wild, Owen. Isn't it great when they call out your name? All right, Poor Shop. Sounds good. Good to see you. See you next time. Heard out about the Buffalo train station. Isn't there something about the tunnels or something? Like there's some sort of famous Buffalo train tunnel or station. Yeah. Um. Sometimes I hear a lot of spirit voice. I don't really sleep well when the overnight thing goes on. To be honest with you, I'm gonna take melatonin tonight though. I did last night. I wasn't doing well yesterday. There was stuff around me. I was like in a funk yesterday. There was something
This
trying to.
can't last.
This can't last. Okay, that's weird, Owen. Yes, I'm going to a place in Lynchburg, Virginia this Saturday. I've never been there. There's multiple buildings. They're not huge, but there's multiple buildings and one of the oldest cemeteries in Virginia. So it's going to be like a pretty sizable location. My buddy Chris from New Jersey, he's a cop. He's coming. Nice street meet. And then there's plans to be hitting up a bunch of other locations. I might be going to looking like Illinois and Missouri potentially in April. Which Chris are we referring to, Dawn? Chris the cop, my cop friend? Yeah, he's a paranormal investigator. Absolutely. Yeah, he is a cop, yeah. I haven't really done music. I do have another song that I do want to release. I really would love to get back to music. It's really expensive to go record professionally in Nashville. I would love to. But right now, I just I'm trying to push this app out there that we created for my concept, and spread the word about that. Kind of rolled the dice my entire life on this app, so I really got to focus on that. If things start doing really well, I'm sure I will definitely love to record some more music and get back into that if I have the opportunity to do that. Past couple of nights, I've been able to sleep because it feels like something is twisting my foot because of all the other things that happen here. That's strange. Well, things. I've had things kind of like that. That's one of the places that looks like I'll be going, Kaylin. Pine Lawn. Oh, I totally understand. I just absolutely love your music and the song you wrote about your father. Oh, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, music was my first passion before the paranormal, so that was the first love of my life. And then the paranormal was like a meteor out of the sky and took me my whole life in a whole new direction. Music was everything to me, and it's still a hole in me that I feel like I would love to like perform and record and create, and that creative artistic side to me. Yes, definitely Owen. Nice Ace. Yes, I heard that's a cool spot. I have not worked with Omar. No, thank you, Rhonda. I would definitely go back to the same studio. They sound fantastic. It sounds so professional. I'm talking about Utah. I haven't been out there since we filmed the show. That's true, Paul. That's awesome, Owen. I bet. Thank you, Dawn. Lori, thanks to follow. Oh, the mine. That's right. Yeah, I'll have to do a stream of that, Penny. You talking Cabin on 360, Rhonda? I've been there. I wrote about it in my second book. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, I want to go there, Dawn. I think I might have to try to go check it out while I'm on the road. Me and my friend was smoking in the car. Homie was watching a movie and playing the game on the phone. Like something was behind me, and I looked back. His jacket on his back. That's creepy. No, Tina, I have not. Yeah, people are a lot more open to it these days, Brent. Oh, very cool. Yeah, yeah. I don't know when I'd be going there, but I'm looking at that. It looks super interesting. Oh, I don't know what I would do with a movie script. I started writing a movie script myself from a concept I came up with for a horror movie, but haven't been able to get that off the ground either. I'm not sure if the same place my friends Dave and Ryan investigated. I do know it's a place park though. Interesting. Colorado, for sure. Got the Stanley Hotel, one of the most famous haunted places in the country. It definitely would, Paul. If you got heart problems, I don't think that would be the greatest idea. Have I ever been on a ghost hunt? Absolutely never. I'm kidding. Yes, I've been investigating the paranormal, Tim, for 15 years. Asking me that question is like, have you ever breathed oxygen on planet Earth? Yeah, that's pretty much how apparent that is for me. You're in your old car and something grabbed you. That's creepy. I jumped. Mel, I'm in Colorado. I jumped out of reaction and felt like we got it with the sonic boom. My homie overthrew 100 pounds, flew forward. I bet. Jeez. Yeah, these days it's a different ballgame than it was 30 years ago. So we got many of you guys. Have you tried the SAM mode of our SPI software? As a bunch of you have tried out SAM and gotten some interesting results with it. If any of you guys have a story of using this, we would love to see it. We would definitely share it on our social media, talking about your experience, your ghost story with the app. Would love to hear about it. What terrifies me the most? I mean, how these things can get in your head. They're at your weakest moments. Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda, would love you to make a video about that. What did it say? Baby shoot something? No, Tim, it's for $14.99 one-time fee. Pretty much could purchase a small home for the amount of money that has been already been put into this software. So, the obelisk goes for 6 hundo. So for something like this, I think it's pretty fair. So definitely have gambled big time on trying to get this out there. So would I ever play in a horror movie? I would love that, Tina. I would love to play a part in a horror movie. Absolutely love that. What would you tell these ghost hunters that think spirits can't follow them? Well, they'll find out, their own way. I mean, no one really learns their lesson until they learn the hard way, right? It said dead baby shoe, and then the wall next to me, dead baby shoe was spray painted. Yeah, I mean, I wish you would uh, make a video and tell that story about that. And that was at Mushroom Mines, right? I agree, Dylan. And we are going to continuously be adding stuff to this app and doing stuff to it. So it's only going to get better from here.
In front of you.
Great. What's in front of me? Chris, what's up, man? Oh, it's an abandoned lodge. Rhonda, make a video. Tell that story. That's an amazing story with the app. Um, I would definitely share it on my social media if you're willing. I have been to Tombstone, Arizona. Absolutely loved it. It's beautiful. So haunted, so interesting, beautiful. Just a cool, interesting vibe walking through that town. It's like you walk through a portal back in those times. Viljami, hello. We're talking about the paranormal cherry and ghosts. I've been investigating the paranormal for 15 years now. Um, Constantly going to haunted locations and just answering people's questions and sharing stories about their own paranormal ghost stories for a little bit here. Penny, have a great night. Good chatting with you. The corner? Did you get a lot from the Waverly House in Mississippi? Are you talking about the house in between, Trish? Is that what you're referring to? Thank you, Dawn. Me and my roommate, we moved into an apartment that was told from our medicine delivery lady that her dad passed away in her apartment, and it's a lot of things that do happen. Well, that sounds like a party. That is so active in the house in between. We were there for 3 hours, and it was wild as hell. Wild as hell. Which place are you talking about, Timothy? My brain. I gotta go look. Oh, Tombstone. No, I never heard that, but definitely had cool experiences. That's awesome, Rhonda. Would love to talk about the story. I will share that everywhere. I love that story. Thank you, Maria. No, Timothy, no. Oh, very cool, Trish. Haunted places. Yeah, there's a lot of haunted places down south. Do I believe in debunkers about Ed and Lorraine Warren? I believe that Ed and Lorraine Warren were pioneers. When you become that infamous and famous, there. Is it back on now, guys? See, as soon as I talked about Amityville, the other stream went crazy. Okay, that was weird. Sounds good, Dawn. Sorry, I got distracted there. There, The stream went haywire there. As soon as I talked about Amityville, it went crazy. And I'm sitting here with a piece of the Amityville window right here. A real piece of the Amityville window there. Not surprising. Yep. They were. Again, guys, if you're new into the paranormal, make sure to give me a sub or a follow. I'm live every week, trying to post full episode content every week. Well, I'm not going to be able to post full episode content maybe for a couple of weeks because I'm going to be on the road. But I'm going to be live streaming and doing investigations, including starting this Saturday. So, Pam, it's so funny. A collector sent me some pieces of the house from the haunting in Georgia. Now I have 2 pieces. And I'm sitting there telling myself, I'm like, is this how it starts? Where I have like 2 pieces of like 2 infamous haunted houses? This is where it starts. The next thing you know, I start collecting haunted items myself. Something tells me I got to be careful. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I'll fill the spare room with like haunted items. Where's the lodge, Rhonda? Nice, Becky. Yeah, it's a cool item to have. I couldn't turn it down. It was pretty inexpensive. I mean, I wouldn't try to bring haunted items in general home, man. I already have so much stuff that's like after me or around me. It's just like I'm throwing gasoline on that spiritual fire. I don't know which tunnel, Paul. Definitely not Charles Manson. You know what's so funny, Dawn? I heard someone say Manson to me a couple of times in the last couple of days. Randomly. Randomly. I'm just like, gosh, I don't know who's saying that to me. Yeah. That was wild what we got. I mean, that museum, and we got the Night Stalker reference coming through too. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Good evening, Katrina. Earlier, we were talking about when you start hearing voices, how it freaked out. It still freaks me. I hear you. Definitely, Dawn. Very cool. It's a good spot. Definitely can be weird, Cherry. Did you watch his video, that Charles Manson on the spirit box? Yeah, it's pretty wild, Rhonda. Where's the lodge you were talking about, Rhonda? He was definitely pure evil. The prison was very wild too. There's a lot of evidence in there for sure.
It hurts.
It hurts. Yeah, none of that came through. It was like Manson Central. It was Manson Central, constantly Manson over and over and over again. Yeah, Timothy, you can watch the episodes I've been posting. Watch the 2 episodes of Up Against Evil. It's a new series I started on YouTube. Hoping to film a 3rd episode soon. Nice, Jamie. Yeah, pretty wild. Again, guys, if you're new, make sure to give me a sub. Guys, you gotta hit the bell icon, so when I post a new video premiere, so you know I'm posting new content. Otherwise, you might not know about the video. So you gotta turn on that notification. If it does get annoying, turn it off. But otherwise, it's like just by chance you'll miss episodes I'm posting on the channel. So turn on notifications because I've posted a lot in the last 2 months. Going to be going live, a bunch of times and filming for a bunch of new episodes for the channel too in the coming weeks. Okay, so it's Kentucky. Okay. How far is it from the Mushroom Mines? I'm feeling someone touching me on my face right now, guys. Feeling like spider webs like going up and down my face and my neck. Definitely feel like it's a woman spirit. Just throwing that out there randomly. Hello, Bailey. Nope. Nope, Dawn. No, but I'm also going to be doing the overnight stream. So, well, could be Anna. Who knows? Could be. Dion, how are you? You guys got any other stories or questions you want to ask me? I'm going to set up to do this overnight stream. Now, everybody here in TikTok, if you want to watch that, the most haunted room here, there's going to be paranormal tools on the floor and things where the spirits interact. It's going to go on to the wee hours of the night and see if weird stuff happens. People have been catching a bunch of weird stuff. So I have to get that set up. I saw that, Paul. That was interesting. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you, Dawn. Anna is a brunette. She definitely asked me for a ring. Yes, Anna. Yeah. We're working on getting Android out. We are talking to new investors for the app. If you know anybody that wants to invest and be a part of the app with us, reach out to me, let me know, because we have a lot of exciting ideas how to innovate this thing further and bring all new features to this software that have never been seen before. So let me know if you know anybody. I live in North Carolina in the United States. Anything else you guys want to ask me before I set this stream up for the overnight? Nice, Randa. All right, Amy. We'll see you on the other stream. Yeah, Pam, I will definitely do that. I want to put up posters about the app at some of these haunted locations with a barcode so people can see about it when they go into the break room in some of these locations to help promote the app while I'm out in that area. Tez, you have the SAM, so all you got to do is press the star button, make sure it's turned red, and let it sit there. Sometimes it'll take a little while to say a response, but what it's trying to do is interpret EVPs in the audio environment. We have some special sauce that's listening to try to encourage more EVPs. Just let it sit there, be patient. Sometimes it may take a while. Um, and then once you close the session, it'll save up in a folder up here of all the words that it said when you started the session. That'd be great, Pam. Thank you, Beater. I appreciate you. You gotta let it sit there for a while. I mean, that if you're playing within your home, I mean, it might be a good thing there's no spirits in your home, right? Me, I got a bunch. Definitely, Pam. You talking about Haunted Hill House? Because I do want to go there. Anything drastic happened when you were at Jim Jones? Yeah, there was some cool stuff that's happened there when I've been there. People got scratched, I think, one time I was there. How many spirits do I think are here? I don't know, 5 to 10. That's probably what I'd guess. Thank you so much, Rhonda. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, that's right, Pam. Very cool. Good for you. Congrats on that. Do I know any hotspots in Chicago? There's that famous cemetery. What is it? Something Grove? There's a very famous cemetery in Chicago. Awesome. Very cool, Pam. Hello. How we doing, buddy? A rake? Probably, Trish. Probably. I've had spirits tell me it's time for bed many times. My favorite popular location? I don't know. Some of the crazy asylums. I always loved going to Letchworth Village in New York because it was the first abandoned building that I investigated. That was an old asylum. I've had so many crazy things happen there over the years. That's definitely an old classic favorite to me. Awesome. Congrats to him, Tess. No, all good, bro. Keep posting videos. Do your thing. Yes, I've been to Randolph County a few times. I wasn't there that long ago with Chris Ball from Haunted Excursions. Oh, yeah. Been to Malvern Manor. Very haunted place in Iowa. Well, guys, definitely make sure to give me a sub. Turn on that live notification so you know when I post content. I'm going to set up this overnight stream for the haunted room and put some stuff on the floor and put the SPI on and Vazabox and see what they start talking and see what kind of weird stuff happens late at night. Endless. Yeah, pretty much. SPI just said. Thank you, Cherry. Appreciate the sub. No, Trish, no. Tina, have a good night. So I'm going to set that, and I will be back on live after I set this up. So let me get that set up, and if you guys want to watch here on TikTok, go over there. Just click the link in my TikTok profile and give a sub, and I'll just give me about 15 minutes, and I'll get that all going for y'all. And check out SPI, guys. Try it out. Let me know. Spirit Phone Innovations on iOS right now. Just type in SPI or Spirit Phone Innovations. Is an app that we developed from a concept I came up with. Nice, Levi. How do you do the sub? I don't know from the chat, but once you exit the video, just there should be a way easily on the video. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get this set up here, and I'll see you guys in the live if you want to watch in there. I'll hang out for a while and leave it going on. See what kind of creepy stuff happens into wee hours. No, Levi. SPI is only on Apple. We're working on trying to get Android out as soon as possible. So, but until then, that's what it's up. All right, guys, I'm going to get that set up right now, and I'll see you guys over there on the YouTube in a few. What up, Raz? Going to set up the live right now. I'll be back in a few.